Hi, I'm Pastor Tay, and today I want to talk to you about our understanding of God and how He works in our lives. As you know, I talk about this all the time in my video devotions, and this is kind of the main ingredient, right, that I brew into all the lattes, that God has a greater purpose for your life. You might know from all my previous mentioning that it comes from Proverbs chapter 16, verse 9, where it says, "The heart of a man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps." Again, we looked at it a number of times in the past, and we'll probably look at it more in the future because it's kind of like a theme or a slogan for all these video devotions and, in fact, most of my writings. Let's start by confirming that it's proper for you to plan your steps. There's no criticism here of this important obligation on your part to plan for your future. And so students should sharpen their academic goals. Career people should take out their calendars and strategically plan. Churches should set clear vision statements and purpose statements as well. And all of us should make clear our material and spiritual goals. But we're just confirming this truth since we've already established that in the past. But now as we move forward into our future, the second part of this verse becomes the new insight for us. It says, "But the Lord establishes his steps." This means that God has the final say about our future steps in the new year. And you know what? That's not a bad thing. And so today's latte is an inspiration about acknowledging this profound truth. And after it is acknowledged, we should find peace by accepting it. And this is very important for our spiritual health because the opposite response would be very unhealthy. Think about it. The opposite reaction would be disappointment, discouragement, anger, and depression. And unfortunately, this opposite reaction is the common reaction to the changes in our plans. So it becomes important and urgent in our lives that we adopt a better perspective about our relationship between our plans and God's establishment. Now, this better perspective does not make our future plans any clearer, but this resolution does make our relationship with God much more clear. That we should do our part to plan our steps and then accept God, or that God would establish our steps with greater things. And this dynamic of working and trusting will add peace to you in the near future. Peace that really passes all understanding. But it's a peace that is established in faith in the one who always has a greater plan for us. And this peace will override the sense of frustration and even depression when our plans do not work out as we expect. To be honest, the fact that God is working in our lives towards a greater purpose means that our plans will never work out the way we expect. It's that simple. You may have heard that funny saying, "Do you want to make God laugh? Tell him your plans." People chuckle when they hear this joke and humorously accept that, well, that's just how it's going to be, right? When we make plans in the sight of a laughing God. But this is far from the truth. It's not that God laughs as if to simply dismiss our plans. It's more about God loving us to give us more than our plans. And so God doesn't laugh. God loves. If you're meeting in a small group, you can pause now to share your experience of this dynamic of executing your plans and God's establishment of His will for your life. What have you learned about God's work in your life? What are some of your exciting plans in the near future? How active have you been in making your plans? What do you think, how do you think that God will answer your plans? Pray for each other about these plans. Pause now. Well, as we think about our future, we should pray about Proverbs 16 verse 9 by praying both parts of the verse. pray the first part by saying, Father, please bless the plans I have made for the new year. And then pray the second part by praying, Father, I acknowledge the greater plans for your life, and so I give you thanks. Give me faith to accept and the strength to accept the greater purpose for my life.
Thanks for joining us for a devotional drink today. If you love almond lattes, click here to subscribe so you know when the next one is ready to enjoy. Visit our website for resources for every chapter of your life. And if you're thirsty for more, click here. See you next time. May God bless your day.